Hello, everyone. Welcome to another lesson. In today's lesson, we'll discover the importance of reading and how it impacts our lives in countless ways. In today's fast-paced world, reading is becoming a dying habit because there are faster alternatives to consume on social media. You may ask yourself, what is the point of reading when entertainment is right in our hands? But what if I told you there is one habit that could make you more imaginative, improve your memory, strengthen your personal relationships, and even make you a kinder person? You'd probably be skeptical, right? And what if I said it costs nothing, and everyone here can already do it? Let's be honest. How many of us spend 2 to 3 hours a day on smartphones and television? Now imagine if you gave just a portion of that time to books. The smell of a new book when you flip through its pages for the first time. It's magical. But who really has time to sit down with a book? In today's video, we're going to discuss how reading can benefit you. Can it prevent Alzheimer's? How about stress management? Can you live longer just by reading more? And did you know that reading can also improve your vocabulary and financial literacy? We're diving into all of that. There's a common misconception that reading is boring and has little to offer. In reality, it's the most important habit you can develop, more important than working out, eating right, or even getting enough sleep. Why? Because reading opens your mind to new ideas, inspirations, and ways of thinking. It builds the mental fortitude needed for success and helps you achieve your dreams. I'm not talking about the kind of reading we do for work, education, or everyday tasks. Those are necessary, of course. I'm talking about fiction, stories, and narratives. Reading fiction takes you inside another person's thoughts, emotions, and actions. You see the world from their perspective, expanding your empathy and understanding in a way few other activities can. It's not just pleasurable, it's essential. I remember my mother telling me how she was once crazy about books as a child, but her father ripped a novel out of her hands, saying, "If you have to read, at least read something useful." What I've learned is that fiction is far more useful than we ever imagined, likely more important than any other form of reading. The beauty of reading is that it allows you to dive deep into someone's thoughts while staying in your own comfort. It adds another dimension to your thinking and your life. Now let's dive deeper and explore the various benefits of reading in detail. 1. Expands your vocabulary. Pick up a book if you really want to have an edge over your peers and colleagues. Reading more books will introduce you to new words all the time. There are so many professions that require you to be articulate and well-spoken. Learning words while you read is much easier than reading them from a dictionary, probably because you get the context in which they are being used more accurately. Being exposed to new words repeatedly can slowly make their way into your daily conversations. Which was the last word you stumbled upon while reading? Tell us what it means in the comment section, and start a conversation. 2. Reading is food for the brain. In my opinion, this is the biggest reason why reading is important. Just like how our body needs food to sustain itself and function optimally, our brain needs to continue learning new things to perform at its best. The best part is that you can read both fiction and nonfiction to get this benefit. Studies have shown that reading has the power to change your brain structure, making you more empathetic and improving cognitive processes. By reading more, you become smarter, since you are consuming a lot of information and keeping your brain in top shape. There's a quote from Game of Thrones that sums this up nicely. "My brother has his sword, King Robert has his warhammer, and I have my mind. And a mind needs books, as a sword needs a whetstone, if it is to keep its edge." This means that your brain needs a workout just as much as your body. And reading fiction seems to be one of the best workouts you can get. Not only is it good for you, but it's also good for society because the brain is like a muscle. The more you exercise it by reading books and taking on other people's perspectives, the more empathetic a society we will have. 3. You become better at conversations. Books help expand your vocabulary, which you can then use to express yourself better. Your speech will become more refined and intelligent. Since reading widens your knowledge, you are empowered to participate in interesting conversations. With the knowledge you gain from reading, you can add a unique perspective or sustain your argument. In this case, reading nonfiction can be helpful because you can learn about topics that show up more often in everyday conversations, like technology. However, there are instances where reading fiction can be better, like when there's a new popular movie based on a book, and you've read the original source material. 4. Reading improves your focus and concentration. In our fast-paced world today, attention spans are very short. Reading a book can help fix this because when you read, your attention is focused only on the story, and you can be fully immersed. You might even achieve a flow state where you are 100% focused and forget about the world around you. Try reading for 10-20 minutes before work on your morning commute, and you may find yourself more focused and productive at the office. Sometimes your mind can be difficult to tame, especially when you are required to concentrate on a task. It will keep wandering off, and you might find yourself taking frequent breaks to check your phone or chat on social media. At the end of the day, you might realize it's been a completely unproductive affair. Reading is a habit you can cultivate right now to improve your concentration. You'll be amazed that reading for just 20 minutes a day can help you focus better. 5. Can motivate you. Books can open doors to new worlds. There are so many things to read: stories, fiction, narratives, and serious reads like literature, scientific breakthroughs, and global events. Take up anything that suits you. It's bound to motivate you. Books unfold experiences you might not have personally encountered. Reading inspirational books can give you new ideas to implement in your own work or personal life. It can increase your problem-solving capabilities and develop a more analytical mind. Self-care books can help with mental decluttering and provide advice on how to live. They unlock the real potential within you and make you happy. It's just miraculous to see how a few words can bring such a stark change to your personality. 6. Broadens your imagination. Reading can be a great way to exercise your mind. All great ideas are born from those who have taken reading seriously. Albert Einstein believed that regular readers had greater imaginations and were able to discover more than the average human who didn't read much. Your imagination is the only limit to your dreams. Scientists believe reading stimulates the right side of the brain and opens up the mind to new possibilities. Research emphasizes starting this habit young in children. Something as simple as reading fairy tales to kids can stimulate their left-sided brain. It helps them understand verbal cues, comprehend situations, make mental images, and analytically consider different possibilities. 7. You can be mentored by a successful person at a very low cost. Think about how much a successful person's knowledge is worth. People are willing to pay millions to have lunch with Warren Buffett. If you're a normal person like me, you don't have that kind of money. But with books, you can be mentored by a successful person for less than $50. A book is literally the exact words, ideas, mindsets, advice, and experience of the author put into a collection of pages. It's almost as if the person is right there next to you, speaking to you. 75% of self-made millionaires reported that they read at least 2 books a month. The knowledge you gain from reading is irreplaceable. 8. Reading opens your mind. As a reader, you will interact with different stories from different people with different ideas and beliefs. This helps open your mind, making you more accepting of others, as well as improving your ability to judge other people's character. 9. Reading helps relax you. When you're reading something good, your mind becomes more relaxed, and the subject you're reading about can bring inner peace. If you're reading fiction, while you may not be fed images and sounds like when watching a movie, you can experience them with your imagination. Reading is a great way to take a detour when your mind is occupied with other pressing issues. You can delve into a book and get rid of stressors. Studies show that reading for at least 30 minutes a day can dramatically reduce stress. It has the same effect on the brain as laughing or yoga. 10. Reading helps improve your memory. Whether you're following your favorite character through their journey or remembering tips on how to make more money, you're exercising the memory area of your brain and keeping it active. When you really need to remember something important, it will be easier. Every new memory you make creates synapses, brain pathways, and strengthens existing ones, making memorization easier. 11. Boosts your writing skills. For aspiring writers, whether they're writing stories or just improving business-related skills, reading is essential. You develop a better understanding of sentence structure, grammar, and vocabulary. By reading good writing, you learn how to structure your thoughts more clearly and improve the overall quality of your own writing. The more you read, the more you absorb different techniques and styles. Whether you're writing a report, an email, or a blog, reading will naturally improve your writing ability, helping you communicate more effectively. Even if being a writer is not your ultimate dream, you should give reading a genuine try. We are constantly writing for jobs or special circumstances at work, messages, letters, birthday cards, or even simple texts require you to write well. Reading various styles from other authors can improve your word choice and writing style. The more you read, the more it will be reflected in your writing. All writers are avid readers. as it helps them develop direction in their thought processes. 12. Reading increases knowledge. Perhaps the most obvious benefit of reading is the vast amount of knowledge you gain from every book. This can be general knowledge or more specialized expertise in any field. Having a good foundation of knowledge is an excellent way to feel more confident and capable in different situations, both professionally and personally. Books provide an endless source of information. Fiction can introduce you to life experiences you may never personally go through, while nonfiction can teach you practical skills or important facts. This wealth of knowledge equips you to handle life's challenges and make better decisions. Reading a variety of genres is the best way to become a well-rounded person. Remember, a person who doesn't read lives only one life, while a person who reads lives 1,000 lives. 13. Reading enhances your personality. Books shape who we are. When we read, we interact with a variety of characters, perspectives, and ideas that influence the way we think and behave. Through reading, we gain a deeper understanding of human nature, which helps develop empathy and emotional intelligence. By expanding our knowledge, improving communication skills, and fostering empathy, books can make us more well-rounded individuals. Whether you're reading self-help books or literary fiction, every book you read leaves a mark on your personality, enhancing your overall character and outlook on life. Today a reader, tomorrow a leader, is a famous saying that we should all consider. Everyone wants to have more friends. Books can be your best friends, literally and figuratively. When you have more knowledge, you will be able to express your views on many topics. Naturally, people will be attracted to your charismatic personality. You can also join a book club to discuss your recent reads with like-minded people. It's a known fact that well-read personalities are always surrounded by people. You won't have to make excuses to leave a conversation. Instead, you'll always have something to add to it. You will be able to be friends with people having varied areas of interest, all because of reading from all spheres and genres. This can be especially important for introverts who are often shy about speaking in front of others. Biographies and fictional stories have the power to change lives. Reading can help you achieve your dream personality. If you prefer being in your own shell, reading still brings good news. It can satisfy the need for human connection and provide the same vibe as social interactions. That is why so many people spend their me time with a book. They don't feel left out, as they can still lead a socially fulfilling life. You become who you are meant to be. This is a bit cheesy, but by reading, you can change your personality or beliefs. Books open up completely new worlds for us to grow and develop as a person. 14. Makes you empathetic. It's not always about reading serious material. Reading about flying carpets, sci-fi concepts, and werewolves has distinctive benefits. Some might feel that stories and fictional books are for kids or amateurs, but science begs to differ. A study shows that people who read more fiction tend to demonstrate greater social empathy. Stories can unzip the secret compartments of your heart to carefully tuck those new characters in. You tend to become one with the storyline, seeing the world through the character's eyes. This can make you feel deeply for people in real life as well. A mix of fiction and nonfiction should be the ideal combination for reading. 15 prevent Alzheimer's disease. Forgetfulness can creep into our daily lives in simple forms. Initially, you may forget where you put your car keys or where your favorite pair of socks is. But it does not take long until you start forgetting events and people. Daily reading can keep your mind sharp. All those words, lines, and sentences will have long-term benefits for your brain health. A study pointed out that if you read a lot throughout your life, you are much less prone to developing Alzheimer's or dementia. Isn't that a cool way to stop memory decline? People who are academically involved in getting a formal education, even in later phases of life, show a slower cognitive decline. Take up a course at the community center or any online course that will elevate your skill set and keep that spark alive in your brain cells. Living long is not just about adding years to your life. It is about being able to enjoy all those years. Reading helps you make better decisions. When you are armed with all sorts of knowledge, making a decision can be easier because you see all possible options. You can make educated guesses on how each choice will play out and pick the one you like best. 16 increases your lifespan. Who doesn't want to live longer? We often think that exercise and a proper diet are the only ways to achieve it. But there's more to it. Something as simple as reading can be a fun and entertaining way to extend your life. Studies have shown that people who read regularly tend to live longer compared to their peers. So it's never too late to start this habit. Begin today. If you dream of living long, you also need to fuel your body with the right food. Have you been eating right? 17. Boosts sleep. The things you do before going to bed can impact the quality of your sleep. Let's suppose you're scrolling through your smartphone while lying in bed waiting for sleep to kick in. All the blue light from the screen makes your brain more alert and keeps you awake longer. That's why experts believe using screens before bed is one of the worst habits. Set a routine that helps you wind down. Make it a habit to read every day before you go to bed, even for just 10 minutes. Reading can take your mind off whatever is troubling you and help you sleep better. Developing a bedtime reading routine signals to your brain that it's time to wind down, helping you fall asleep faster and enjoy a more restful night. By avoiding screens and reading under dim light, you reduce exposure to blue light, which disrupts melatonin production. The next time you're having trouble sleeping, try reading for 20 minutes. You'll likely feel more relaxed and fall asleep quicker, contributing to a healthier sleep cycle. In conclusion, great readers make great writers make great communicators, and great communicators make great persuaders. And do you know what great persuaders make? They make better societies, and that's exactly what this world needs. It's crazy that all anyone talks about these days is games, TV shows, WhatsApp, Instagram, Bitmoji, WeChat, Kiki, Saraha, and I could go on forever. Studies have shown that some kids today spend up to 6.5 hours on a screen every day. This is a problem that needs attention. Not reading can make your brain less active and less engaged, but when you have a good book to keep you company, there's nothing better. It takes you to places you can't go and lets you meet people you can't meet. For example, I rarely need to study for spelling tests, and my vocabulary is so strong it easily impresses any adult. What I'm comparing here is the lost art of reading writing, communicating, and persuading to some of the great societal ills like texting, tweeting, and snapping. While these modern technologies have their place, we, the young generation, must hold on to reading. It's the key to our future. Now you know why reading is important and how many benefits it has. So, if you're not a bookworm, how do you actually read books, retain their information, and even learn to enjoy it? In this lesson, we're going over 6 powerful strategies that will help you not only read more, but find that you enjoy reading more than you ever thought possible. Tip number 1. If you want to start reading, don't overachieve. It's very easy to say, yeah, I'm going to read a book a week from now on. But your past is telling you're not going to. So, to break into the habit of reading, set your standards almost comically low. Start with 1 page a day. Reading 1 page takes about 60 seconds if you're an average speed reader, and it's an extremely easy task. But remember, it's just as easy not to do, so make sure you get it done. Don't make not doing it an option. If you want to keep reading after you've read your daily page, go for it. But the important thing is to get that 1 page in. Tip number 2. Read before going on the internet. You don't need me to tell you that the internet is a place full of distractions, with cheap dopamine highs and shallow thinking. Checking your Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, or Reddit before reading a good book is like binge-eating Skittles before tasting fine wine. The wine will taste worse, and you'll feel too sick to enjoy it anyway. The point is, read books before your brain is zapped by the internet. A great way to do this is to read first thing in the morning, which brings us to the next tip. Tip number 3. Bunch your habits. Habit bunching is when you pair an already existing habit you enjoy with one you're trying to develop. If it's a habit for you to drink a nice hot cup of coffee in the morning, then pair that with reading. An easy way to do this is to put the book you want to read next to your coffee maker. So when you get up and make yourself a cup of coffee, you'll see the book and grab it. By bunching an already existing habit with the one you're trying to form, it will be easier to work on the new habit, and the enjoyment of the first habit may even rub off on the second one. Tip number 4. Don't start a book you're not going to finish. This is an important one. If you pick up a book and it's not engaging or doesn't hold your interest after a few chapters, don't force yourself to finish it. Reading should be enjoyable, not a chore. Focus on books that capture your interest and make you want to turn the pages. The more you enjoy the process, the more likely you are to make reading a consistent habit. Tip number 5. Change your attitude. This tip, while it may not seem very practical or hands-on, is probably the most important. If you identify as someone who hates reading, you're building up unnecessary mental resistance towards something you want to do more of. So, start identifying as someone who enjoys reading. This shift in mindset will break down mental barriers, and you'll find the previous 4 tips a lot easier to follow. There you go. Hopefully, you'll find these tips as useful as I have. Reading isn't a hard activity in and of itself, but in this day and age, with so many distractions, especially from the internet, it's harder to eliminate those distractions and focus on something slower paced for a while. While you may not be a bookworm now, these tips can help you start reading regularly, make yourself smarter, and feel better as a result. If you like this video, be sure to hit that like button. If you enjoy videos like these, don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment. I love seeing your comments and I respond to all of them. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.